Welcome back to Key Talk Media. This your host, Key Talk. Check it out, man. All right. Hey, if you listen to my voice right now, go ahead and hit that like button for me. Anyway, so the last time we had spoke, it was pretty much to let y'all know that the guy that has killed Sayso P and of course shot Sauce Walker had been unalived and mysteriously somehow, some way ended up inside of Houston, Texas. Of course, we know Houston, Texas is where Sauce Walker is an absolute unquestioned legend at, right? Anyway, so yes, they had a lot of people shaking their head, but there is still one more killer that's out on the loose somewhere. Now, that killer that's out on the loose somewhere has been identified. I'm gonna show y'all what they pretty much said. And then also we got to get into some 4PF stuff because they might be doing a RICO on Lil Baby. You know, talking about some people saying that. So we'll get into that as well. We don't even do no small topics. Let's get straight into the big stuff. Anyway, so of course, this guy has been now turned into a pack. You know, talking about he's somewhere in Houston, Texas, mortar or something like that. And then this guy right here is the second guy who's now being identified. Like I say here, I say the second suspect is identified, and I know this nigga is sweating bullets right now. Gotta be, because he's seen what happened to this dude, right? It says police identified the second suspect in the Sayso P's killing on the same day the first suspect is found dead. So 12 of them was like, well, one down, one to go. Hey, y'all, here goes the other guy right here, right? Anyway, so we take it here. It says, the warrant has been withdrawn. The warrant has since been withdrawn. Obviously, since he passed away, he's dead now, so there's no warrant for him. A second suspect, 22-year-old Kevin Brown, was identified Monday. He is charged with first-degree murder, attempted first-degree murder, and employing a firearm during the commission of a dangerous felony and theft of property between $10,000 to $60,000. Oh, so they stole something too. I wonder what they stole. Theft of property, $10,000, $60,000. Police are seeking any information on Brown's whereabouts. Cool. So yeah, so they did steal something between $10,000, $60,000. I didn't even know that part, right? Anyways, now we take it to the comment section. Of course, I know that y'all saw when I said Buddy was sweating bullets. So I asked y'all, will 12 of them get them or will the Screets get them first? The first comment say, running from the Reaper. Hot Boy Wesley, go. Oh, yeah, I was playing the Hot Boy Wesley in the background. These hitmen lied on their resumes. Yeah, they definitely did lie on their resumes. Had they get identity from Prince on the striker, then they must have had prior. Shake my head. That's crazy. Yeah, they probably did get Buddy Prince off of here because he ain't got on no gloves. I'm talking about. Listen, man, I know these some hitmen, but these boys, he gonna got out without a mask. People was praising him because he had his mask on, but look though, he ain't got no gloves on. He's still giving himself away. Anyways, now aside from that news, it does look like the Sauce father, Sauce Walker, has came out and responded to the man who was unalive. Of course, I think it was his name, Jaden Dangerous, or whatever it may be, the one that actually shot him, but also unalive Sayso P. Well, the Sauce father, Sauce Walker, came out with a big old, he made like a few pictures, right? The first picture had a big old stack of money on the ground, a bag on the ground. Here I'm talking about he was playing Hail Mary by Tupac. And a part of the song was like, I ain't a killer, but don't push me. Revenge is like the sweetest joy next to getting. You know how it goes, right? So I said Sauce Walker and Splat Mafia having a great Monday listening to Tupac Hail Mary. I ain't no killer, but don't push me, right? And I'm going to show y'all some of the other pictures he did. Of course, you got him right there, Splat Mafia, you know what I'm talking about? All of his T self, you know what I'm talking about? TSL, Splat Mafia, all that together, you know what I'm talking about? Because, of course, Buddy in the background back there, you know what I'm talking about? Sauce Walker was smiling cheek to cheek, knowing that one of the ops has drowned in the sauce. So, and of course, you know what I'm talking about, got the YN ski mask on, injured and all. You know what I'm talking about, I ain't even have to lift up a finger. And of course, laying in the car with the bag. You know what I'm talking about? And of course, I ain't even gonna read the comment section on this, so y'all already know what it is and how it go. You know what I'm talking about? Anyways, now we got to get into some tall business of 4PF. So this guy right here that y'all looking at on the screen next to Lil Baby, that's Chitty. That's like, I forgot how his full name goes, but that's Chitty, right? He is the reporter or journalist that pretty much predicted the YSL RICO. Pretty much said it was going to be coming. It did end up coming. And now he's predicting that Lil Baby's got a RICO coming. So Lil Baby has a member named 4PF Nate. Now 4PF Nate pretty much was involved with doing some murders, got convicted of it. I think they lowered his thing down and he got like, 20 years probation or something like that. But he ended up getting killed, right? And now his co-defendant done actually ended up getting killed, and they believe another gang did. Let me just read y'all what is exactly going on, bro, because it's wild, right? So let me start it out. It says Sean Hoover. This isn't Sean Hoover. This is shitty. But Sean Hoover, who manages the Georgia Public Defenders Council specialized unit on gang cases, says his office is actively preparing for a racketeering indictment on 4PF and OMF cases, and that he expects Lil Baby to be indicted with others. I will run that interview separately in coming days. So for one, that's pretty much what he's saying right now. Let's get into the story of 4PF Nate, Keontae Davis. Keontae Davis was the co-defendant of 4PF Nate. Keontae Davis just recently got killed shortly after young Scooter was actually killed, right? But this, of course, separate incident, not too far from each other. But let's just read about it. And this is why all these collective of things is why, like I say, they're planning on doing a RICO on the whole 4PF. Yes, Lil Baby has denounced 4PF, but they've already been investigating 4PF even when he was a part of 4PF. So denouncing it, they just see that as like a way to try to escape out of the RICO. But hey, man, maybe it'll work, maybe it won't. We will just see. I'm gonna read y'all what it says, right? Anyway, so it says, police found Keontae Davis bleeding to death from bullet wounds at a house on Lakewood Avenue late Friday night, about 6 hours after young Scooter's death. So he died 6 hours out of young Scooter's death. And if, remember, Keontae Davis is 4PF Nate's co-defendant, right? So obviously they're together. It continues and it says, Lakewood Heights has been wrestling with violence. 8 people have been murdered in this neighborhood over the last 4 years. 4 of them were murdered within 400 feet of the house where police found Davis, right? So that house, there's a whole lot going on at that house. They've probably been watching the house for a while. Anyways, it continues and it says, the city's policing alternatives and diversion office relocated to Lakewood Heights last year. The office is 2 buildings down the street from where Davis was found. But Davis isn't from Lakewood Heights. Davis was a co-defendant in a murder trial accused in a shooting death of Jaquavius Wilson in 2022. So he was a co-defendant. And obviously he's the co-defendant. The other co-defendant is 4PF Nate, which we will get into 4PF Nate. That murder appears to be part of the long-running street wars between members of 4PF, 4 Pockets Full, and OMF, Only My Family. So the Jaquavius Wilson was obviously a part of OMF. Keontae Davis, who's a part of 4PF, well, a co-defendant of a 4PF member, so just keep him 4PF, is obviously a part of 4PF, right? Offshoot of the Goodfellas prison gang. Now, remember, I did a report and it said that Lil Baby had did a video inside of a neighborhood, in the ops neighborhood, and then the ops went to Lil Baby's neighborhood and did a video shoot, and that's where those 2 kids ended up dying at, right? And that's where 12 of them came out and was like, Lil Baby's a coward. He should have never shot a video inside the ops neighborhood, all this stuff like that, right? But it was nothing that they could actually charge him with because he just shot a video. Anyways, it continues and it says, Nathan, 4PF Nate, Benford drew a 20-year prison sentence and a negotiated plea in this case, so in the murder case. So 4PF Nate and the Keontae Davis, they're both dead right now, but they pretty much unalived an OMF member, and now they have both been killed by an OMF member, right? It says Wilson pleaded to lesser charges and was serving 15-year probation when he was killed. The implication is that Benford had been prepared to testify at trial. Oh, Benford was going to testify at trial. So 4PF Nate was going to testify at trial, right? It says this implication is that Benford had been prepared to testify at trial, which led to the plea bargaining conviction. Now, OMF could have killed Benford as an act of reprisal or 4PF to silence a snitch. Okay, so they're saying they don't know who killed them. They could have been a 4PF member that actually killed them, or OMF, or just as an act of reprisal. In either case, it is one more escalation in a conflict that defense attorneys say began with a botched murder trial of the brother of rapper Rollo. Now, I guess this might be from Rollo. Fam, gone. That's what I'm thinking, right? It says a few years ago, which has led to a series of retaliatory killings. Atlanta rap megastar Lil Baby rep 4PF lyrically. His music label was until recently called 4PF. Lil Baby shuttered the label in 2023 and said he did so because he didn't want to be held responsible for the criminal acts committed by the 4PF gang members. So I don't know, maybe they try to use Lil Baby to get on the stand and acknowledge that those guys are gang members, kind of how they did with the whole rest of of YSL or something like that, right? But seeing the fact that Lil Baby's such a big figure, I would imagine he'd be the one that they try to take down. But even though he has denounced it, the gang them still repping 4PF and still killing on behalf of 4PF. It says, nonetheless, Major Raph Woolfolk, head of the city anti-gang unit, called out rapper Lil Baby last month for staging a music video in territory claimed by OMF last year. Shortly after that event, rival gang members went into 4PF territory in Oakland City to record a video, which led to a shootout that killed two 13-year-old boys and injured an 11-year-old boy. And that's the video I actually did as well. If you haven't seen that video, literally scroll down and you should be able to see it. It says, it is this kind of tit-for-tat violence that led Fulton County District Attorney Fonnie Willis to launch a racketeering case against Young Thug and YSL in 2022. The U.S. Department of Justice indicted some members of the Goodfellas gang on racketeering charges 2 weeks ago. Federal prosecutors noted in a motion to seal parts of the case files that they expect gang members to try to kill people offering testimony. So, hey, man, listen, that means the ops of Lil Baby crew, Goodfellas, they're already just people snitching. That's pretty much what that said, right? They've had to seal particular parts because people is snitching, right? Anyway, so it continues. And it says, oh, yeah, cool. So, yeah, this is Keontae Davis, the guy that actually got killed. He's a 27-year-old shot and killed in Atlanta's Lakewood Heights neighborhood. 4PF Nate co-defendant Keontae Davis killed last night not far from where young Scooter died. He was serving a 15-year probation in connection to the murder. So that's pretty much, what that is, right? And, of course, this is the interview, I believe. And this is with Vlad TV. Shout out to Vlad TV, where Chitty pretty much, predicted that 4PF would have a RICO coming to them, right? Anyway, so with all of that being said, the hip-hop streets is heating up. Things looking crazy. The Sauce Father, Sauce Walka, subliminally came out, although he didn't, verbally say nothing, but he subliminally came out and, talking about smiling cheek to cheek, like I said. Lil Baby got to watch out, talking about be aware because of RICO with 4PF could be coming his way. Obviously, he doesn't rep 4PF anymore, so maybe they might try to get him to get on the stand and say he don't rep 4PF anymore, and they're probably going to ask why. And he's going to have to say, well, because they're a criminal organization and a gang and people are dying, which I doubt he'll do that because he don't want to be looked at as a rat. He can't say nothing at all. Somebody stand firm on not being looked at as a rat or nothing like that at all. Also, last but not least, the last killer, talking about, the second shooter has been identified and he's been hunted down. Now, I asked y'all last time who y'all think was going to catch the Jaden Dandridge guy, one of the guys that killed Sayso P, shot Sauce Walka. I said, y'all think the streets going to get him first or 12 of them going to get him first? The streets got him. Now, for the second guy, I'm going to ask y'all again, who do y'all think is going to get him first? The streets or 12 of them? Anyways, let me know something. Comment down below. Let me know what you think about this entire ordeal. I'm out.